Hello there, right, it's new game time, and I was alerted to this one earlier on today on Twitter. If you follow the ZX Dev Conversions Pro Boards, you'll know that there's a competition ongoing that expires on the 20th, or the closing date is the 20th of January, for people to do conversions of either existing games or remakes of titles that appeared on other systems for the good old Specky. And this entry in that competition is from, I really do hope I'm pronouncing this right, Couvej, or I apologise if I caused any offence with my mispronunciation there. Now, Bobby Carrot apparently is a remake of a Java game that I'm not familiar with at all. There is a link in the description box below the video, so if you like what you see in what I've got to show you, then by all means feel free to visit the board and download the game. But you are going to have to join. If you just go in as a guest, you won't be able to download the file. So use the opportunity, because you've got to join, to take the game, play it, and leave some feedback, because that's really, really important for people, I think, who make games on our behalf. I've gone right ahead of myself here. Right, Bobby Carrot, as you can see, is a straightforward sort of collect 'em up. You play the eponymous Mr. C. And each screen, you've got to guide him round, collecting all the carrots in the various paddocks, and you've got to do so in as quick a time, in as few steps and as possible. And you cannot backtrack on yourself, so it's quite easy later on to actually box yourself in. So you do have to sort of like have a think, etc. Now, there's two different styles of game. There's the carrot hunt, which is this type, and there's also one called Easter eggs, which I found far trickier, but I'll be showing you both. Controls are Q, A, O, P, and space for fire. Space actually brings up your pause menu, etc., which, if you mess things up, gives you a very, very handy option to lose a life, so that you don't get stuck or anything like that. Which also gives you an option to look around, which can be very, very handy. Now, Baz here is usually a big culprit for just going in all guns blazing without actually looking around and seeing what's going on. So a few times I had to utilise that, and as you can see already, there's some more complexity growing into the levels, which is nice, because like I said, it makes you stop and think about what it is that you've got to do in order to find the target, the sort of bullseye, that target there, in order to complete the level as quickly as possible. Now, the graphics in this game are really, really, really nice. You already saw at the start a very, very, very good loading screen. And the graphics are very, very simple. The sort of simple, sort of arcade style game. It kind of harkens back to old style arcade games. I don't know the Java game, as I said, so if anyone does know it, or if anyone did play it, then by all means please shout and tell me how well Couvej's version of Bobby Carrot fares in relation to when it's put up against that. Now, sound-wise as well, there are 48K and 128K versions available in the download. I've only played the 128K version. It's got, as you can probably hear, quite a nice twee sort of arcadey soundtrack going on in the background. It's not too annoying or irritating, unlike my droning. But it really, really, really does complement the game quite well. I don't know how many levels there are. I don't know how many levels there are in the Easter egg hunt, etc. But I really don't know if this is the developer's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or whatever game. But what I can tell you is it is really, really good fun. It's nice. Enjoyable, easy to get into, as you can see, and as you will see later, it's very sort of tricky to master, and you get in two sort of game styles as well. So if you don't fancy this particular kind of game, you can move to the Easter egg hunt game, and similarly, if you don't like the Easter egg game, you can just play this version. Now, have a look at what's going on in those boards, because there are some really, really, really interesting projects, and I just wish that I knew how to code or make a game, however crap, because it would be quite nice to sort of be able to put something out there that people could play and say, Baz, you've produced a complete pile of shit. But that's what Bobby Carrot is not. It's definitely not a shit game. It really, really is good. Now, this particular gameplay segment is going to end in just a second, and we're going to move into the Easter egg hunt section of the game, so you can see how different it is from the carrot hunt section, and B, also how incredibly shit I was at it. I really didn't manage to get very far in it at all. It is trickier than the carrot hunt section of the game, but also, you know, some people like a little bit more thinking sort of going on. It's very, very well designed, and to be fair to it, I haven't played it for that long. I'm not sure how much further. This is the Easter egg hunt bit. Again, you can't sort of go back on yourselves, and it's very, very easy to screw up. You know, when you're me, to quote the Prince Regent from Blackadder the Third, I'm thicker than a whale omelette. You know, it caused me a few problems, especially this little section. But excuse me, please, please, please. I was impressed with Bobby Carrot, and I hope you will be too, and I hope I've managed to spark your interest enough that you actually fancy going to the forum and downloading the game. Thank you ever so much for watching the video. If you like it, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so, but if you do subscribe, please join in the discussions. Thanks ever so much, take care, and goodbye.